Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to learn how to push your code to GitHub account. In this case I have already created a simple project that is a navbar, and I want us to push this project to our GitHub account. For you to push the project to your GitHub account, you need to have a GitHub account. And by now I assume you already have one. You have opened one. And if you have not opened it, it is simple. You simply go to the GitHub and open your account. I've already opened mine. So if you encounter any challenges opening a GitHub account, let me know in the comment section below. I will not cover that process because I believe that it is very simple and it is easy to follow along. Once you create your GitHub account, then you need to come to the repositories. In your case, if you are new, probably you will have a 0 repository, but you will have this icon. So click on it and you will come to this page. If you already have some repositories like me, you will have some of them like this one. These are this repository that I have created before. So in our case now we want to create a new one, and we want to learn how to push the project that you have created to your GitHub account. So to do that, you need to come to this icon and new, click on it, and it is going to direct you to the page where you are going to create your repository. So this is the page. In this page you are supposed to indicate the name of to provide the name of your repository. In my case, I'm going to call it navbar. Let me check if yes, it is available. In my case, I have not created a similar repository with that name. Next, we can leave everything else to default. I want it to be public, so I will not change it. If you want yours to be private, you can check here. Mine, I want it to be public. Then I can leave everything else to default and simply click this button, create repository. Once you click the button to create the repository, the GitHub is going to provide you with these details that you are supposed to enter into the VsCode so that you can push your project to GitHub. However, you need to make some changes because if, for example, you type this line of code without making some changes that I'm just about to show to you, you are likely to end up with a repository that contains nothing, maybe something like this one. So there are a few changes that I am going to show you how to make them so that you can use your VS Code or your code editor to push your project to GitHub. In our case, we are going to come to our VS Code, and this is the project, this is the code. So I need to open another window in my terminal. So you can go to the file, view terminal, a new terminal. You can open it here. You will come to this window. Then next you need to cd into your project. My project is Vit project. It is in the front end folder. So in this case I need to cd into front end folder. Next I need to cd into Vit project. If you don't cd into the folder in which your project is in, you are likely to have some errors. So make sure that you are on the folder containing your project. So now I am in that folder. So this is where I am going to simply copy some of these lines of code. In this case, I'm going to start with this one, git init, and paste it onto my VsCode here. So git init, this is going to create an init folder in my project. So it has initialized an empty Git repository in my folder. Next, I need to copy the next line of code. And then, like I have told you, you don't need to copy the entire line of code. So simply copy the git add, paste the git add dot, to indicate that you want to make the changes in the current directory, and hit enter. This is going to make the changes to my current folders and files here. As you can see, they have changed the color to green to indicate that the VS Code has made some changes to these files. So next, you can copy this line of code, the next line of code, and simply paste it onto your VS Code. In my case, I will simply paste it here and hit enter. The VS Code has made the changes. It is committing the changes. As we wait for it to make all the changes and to commit them, it has finished. Next, we copy this line of code. You can change the name of your branch, but in my case, I will not change it. So I will simply paste that line of code and hit enter. Next, I will copy the next line of code and paste it once again onto my VS Code here and hit enter. Lastly, I'm going to copy the last line of code and paste it also onto my terminal. So paste it and hit enter. This is going to make the necessary changes and push the project to my GitHub account. You can wait at just a few seconds and it will be the process will be completed and everything will have been pushed into my GitHub account. The process does not take long. As you can see, it has pushed everything into my GitHub account. So all that I need after it has finished is to refresh the page. Once you reload the page, then you're going to have your repository or your project into the GitHub account. This is what we have in my case. I have pushed the code or the project into my GitHub account, and this is what you have. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like the video and to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.